What is up, y'all, and welcome to part 3 of the Overland trailer build. Today we are going to be working on the interior of the trailer, but before I walk you through that, I'm going to just show you a few little things I've done off camera, just to kind of bring this trailer around a little bit. Alright, so I decided after the last video, trying to figure out what colors I wanted to go with, being that I have some of the orange stickers on here, and I like the color orange, as well as just a little bit of orange on the spare tire carrier. I went ahead, painted the back tires orange. Really makes it look like it's a skid steer trailer tire. We'll get to the inside here in a bit. Obviously I painted both tires. I'm gonna be getting some mud tires on here eventually, but for now we're gonna keep running these until they either go down, or if I get around to ordering them, I'll get some different ones. Also went out and used my Cricut and printed off some orange decals. I'm gonna do some more decals. I'm just trying to figure out, I think I'm gonna mount some more things on the side here, but we'll get to that, and then we'll put some other decals on it. Obviously there's a few orange things on the Jeep as well, so it sticks pretty well. It's just I didn't use the Cricut company stuff. I used some stuff that I bought on Amazon, which is made for more of some outdoor use, so it kind of sticks to this rougher wood a little bit. Another thing I did, hopped on Amazon and I got a hitch extender, because the way the hitch is with this, it's not possible to carry this on the back of that without having it hit the tire. Also, the way it is right now, the swing out can still swing out with it being hooked up. I had to get a rise hitch because this was built for the Tacoma, which sat significantly higher than this did. Once this gets a lift on, probably be able to go back to the regular size hitch, but for now we're gonna go with that. It all sits pretty level considering the whack job of the hitch here we got going on. I've tested a few times. It is significantly stronger than I would have anticipated. Obviously we're not carrying a big load. I did utilize a hitch tightener to help with the extension, just because you get out here and it gets a little more wavy than hooking up to that would be. So Walmart Reese tow hitch with the 1 7/8 ball. Eventually I'm going to switch this out to a different style once we get a little bit further with the trailer, get some more test time on it. I have some driving test time on this, but no off-road test time yet. Anyway, back to the point of this video. We're going to work on the interior today, so I don't know if we'll really get to the drawer system, and that's okay. Gotta fix that too. I don't know if we'll really do a whole lot with the drawer system. There's the other hitch tightener, I guess, that I have for that if I need it. Probably leave this mostly the way it is. Might sand this down and kind of make this look a little bit nicer, maybe paint it, I'm not sure. Biggest thing for this video is to figure out how to get this organized. I believe I have the water issue alleviated. This was painted with this oil-based paint the rest of the trailer is painted with, 2 coats of that plus a primer underneath that, and then it was siliconed all through here, siliconed around a lot of the bolts here as well. And then I took a little bit of bed liner I had left and ran a bed liner over the top. And inside everything is spray foamed, as well as it is siliconed as well. This is still dry. It's from the old issue we had with the water. It's obviously gonna get painted in here, but before I paint it, I want to get this organized, because right now it just has the annex and a 5-gallon bucket lid in there. Get organized a little bit so when this thing's bouncing on the trails, it doesn't get completely unorganized in there as well. So yeah, the doors are already fixed. That was from an earlier video. But yeah, so let's get going on the interior build. Not sure exactly what we're gonna put in there yet, but we'll kind of figure it out as we go. Okay, so the plan I've come up with is we're gonna build using this center cross member right here. There's a 2x4 that goes down here, as well as there's more bracing 2x4s up there. We're gonna build a center divider. It's gonna go about halfway, go all the way across. Probably will meet up with that platform right there. This will be a separate platform right here with space underneath here. We're gonna leave this open for a little higher stuff, but then we'll be able to shove stuff under there as well, and then probably using a series of bungee cords and other stuff like that. Kind of figure out how to mount stuff in here. We do need to get more actual interior mounting points, because I don't want to be screwing through this wall or that wall, because it's very thin sheathing, and this is watertight on the outside, and I would like to keep it that way and not put more holes in it and have to mess around with paint and anything like that. So for now, let's build a platform on this side, and we'll leave this kind of the way it is right now, and then we'll have space underneath as well as on top. So we'll kind of not necessarily double, but definitely add another 50% area to put stuff in here as well. As for the drawer system, you have to make sure stuff doesn't kind of interfere with up here, just because it does slide in a little bit further. Probably want to end up putting just a 2x4 or something right here just to help block it. All right, so this is what I've come up with so far. Just some extra 2x4s. You mind, buddy? Hi.
Hi, Daddy.
Anyway, extra 2x4s. Go right up there. I'll probably need another support right here. This is in here. I just noticed this is popping through, so probably have to fix that. But yeah, this is very, very solid. It's going to help kind of give some rigidity to this trailer as well. And I'm going to actually run a post in between too, because this does bounce a little bit. So I'm going to do that as well. And then we'll lay a piece of sheathing over the top. All right, also got the post in here. Before you drill it in, just gotta make sure it's square. And it is. Just yap her down, and hopefully that'll help give a little bit of rigidity to the roof of this as well. All right, also picking up this 3 days after we got to this point, I went ahead and I think I actually already took a video of it, but I went ahead and sprayed the base in here. And it sat outside for the last 3 days in pouring rain. Everything's pretty muddy. Everything in here is very dry. The only place we had some issues with the water was right here, because it comes in and this doesn't actually make a tight seal. So I'm gonna put a different door. But until I can do that, and even after I get a new door, I'm going to put some sort of rain guard right here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna build them out of license plates. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take a little break from the interior just to do some preventative maintenance on this. At some point I'm gonna have to get some new wood for here. It's starting to bubble a little bit. That was long before, but it's just consistently kind of getting worse. But let's get the rain guard done first. All right, also I have a few license plates. Kind of accrue them after a while. My plan is to use the existing bolt holes for tapping them in, and then flip this over and kind of bend a little out shape on it, so when the water comes in, it hits the license plate, move it out, and then it'll drop straight to the ground itself. So we're gonna bend these up quick and test fit them. I'm not sure how many I'm gonna need, but it's not like I have a shortage of them. So I'm gonna bend this up quick, and then we're gonna put it on. All right, there's one, the other one exactly like that. Keep them, there we go. Obviously we're gonna have to trim this. And the reason I bent them like that is I think it'd be kind of cool to have the Minnesota symbol sticking out as well. Let's go see if we need to do one more or if this is gonna be enough. All right, y'all, so it looks like 2 license plates overlapping a little bit in the middle. It's gonna be perfect for this. I'm gonna use some self-tappers. We'll put it in there and then we'll trim these down. All right, y'all, so I got this self-tapped in. We're just gonna trim these off because I don't know if it's exactly legal to have license plates that don't belong to a vehicle on here, but being that they're gonna be destroyed, you're not gonna be able to read them anyway. We're gonna cut them off here. Probably do something to secure these a little bit better. What, buddy? I'm not gonna open the door, it's nice out. Cut these off. You get a little rain gutter for the door. Can you say hi?
Hi.
All right, y'all. Gotta clean up this a little bit because it's kind of sharp, but I want to show that the door opens, and that should help with the rain clearance as well. All right, y'all. So we're picking this up 2 weeks later, probably. Trailer doesn't look a whole lot different. The only thing that I've done, I guess, since last time I video was he kind of hung a little stringer to some 2x4s, just drilled in through here. And then I don't know if I'm going to wind up posting it or not, but I built a battery box for running the lights and accessories on this trailer. Obviously, I got to clean it up a little bit. We're going to get that installed today, as well as a DeWalt battery charger in this as well. So let's get started. All right, and before we start, the DeWalt charger that I'm putting in is literally just one that comes with when you buy like drills and impacts and whatever else. So I actually wound up ordering a plug-in for when we're at electric campgrounds that we can actually charge them with. I'll kind of plug in a picture right here of what that will look like. So when we're not using the DeWalt batteries, we'll probably keep a couple in here. I'll probably get a couple like 8 amp hour ones, a couple bigger ones. We'll be able to charge them and then be able to constantly maintain, be able to run lights. This thing is currently set up to run the lights on here, as well as I ordered a few on Amazon as well to go on the inside. So we'll have interior lights and these lights, and I'll probably wind up putting like a USB charger light and a little shelf in there so we can plug in our phones and stuff like that if we ever need to while we're sitting at a campsite. But that'll all be add-ons. I just want to get everything kind of up and running now because we have a big trip coming up later this June up to Duluth, which I'll make sure I make a video for that as well. So we're going to screw it into the stringers that are right there and run the wires through the ceiling, I think, and we'll silicone around them, make sure it maintains its waterproofness, and we'll kind of get everything set up that way. So yeah, let's get started and we'll go from there. All right, y'all, so went ahead and drilled a hole up in there, ran some different color wires there because I'm starting to get a little low on red and black, so we wound up using blue and green. It's wired into these lights right here, brought down through here, through a hole right here. The ground goes to my fuse bus. Power is going to my first switch here, which, according to how this thing sits, even though it's upside down, those are my side lights. And then I wired in switches on the side here. So right now it's off and the lights are off. When I hit this, these are now on, and it's just ran right now off of a 20 volt into a voltage rectifier, a regulator, whatever you want to call it, into fuse bus, which is into my switch panel here. I do have a low voltage disconnect on here, which I probably will put on when I'm using these 1.5 hour amp hour batteries, because just to help kind of protect these batteries, because they're not cheap, and if you get them too low, they'll never charge again. Obviously, I need to clean this entire thing up and get guard on all this stuff, get all this wired up. I'm still waiting on the interior lights to come in, but for the time being, I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to go ahead and get this mounted, and then it'll be in a little side thing down in the corner here as well, but I'm happy with that those lights are finally working. So let's get everything cleaned up and we'll kind of go from there with the rest of this interior build. All right, DeWalt battery charger is installed. It's just on the factory install point. It's not going anywhere. I use some bigger screws. This is just holding the cord for now. I'm gonna figure out something else eventually. This thing's good to go. I don't think I showed you guys this earlier. It's on a main shut-off switch, so you turn this on and that activates it, so your switches will have power as well. So there's a main to help kind of preserve the batteries as well, and then obviously a charger when we're at an electric campsite. It was going to be something here. I dubbed in a picture of it earlier from Amazon where we can actually plug this into the campsite. That's up there for now. I'm going to take some washers and some bolts and put them up there because there's not really anything to zip tie it up there, so we're just going to take advantage of the bolts. This whole trailer is going to get painted inside as well. We're just trying to kind of get everything else buttoned up, kind of figure out how I want to do this thing. I know it looks bad with the spray foam and everything, but gotta do what you gotta do to be able to keep this thing waterproof. So yeah, I think next stop's probably gonna be painting it, but I don't have any paint right now. We'll see what else we can wire in here quick and just kind of button all this up. All right, y'all, so it's the next day. We spent all day working on this trailer. Couple big changes. Got a few little things to wrap up here and there. Specifically, the shore power hookup that should be coming in Friday. But everything else is wired in. I'm going to flip the camera around here shortly and kind of run you through everything we did today, and kind of tell you some of the next plans for maybe an interior build part 2 or something. I don't know. This is as far as we're going to get in today's video. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll kind of show you guys what we've gotten figured out. All right, so today I painted most of the inside of this trailer. The floor was already done. I took out this beam right here because I couldn't get this in and out, and being that this is going to be used to like hold tools and whatever else, I want to be able to get this out. So I'm taking that out. It's still very, very sturdy the way it is, as well as I'm thinking maybe eventually a crossbar there, but I don't know yet. I wound up painting the entire inside of the trailer. Other than the ceiling, I think I'm going to do the ceiling white. I just have to go and get some white paint. And then I wound up installing a power strip up here, just a cheap Walmart one that will hook up to the shore power hookup whenever I get that. And then using some zip ties, whatever, got the charger hooked in here. So obviously I have a main. And then obviously you guys remember doing all this. The lights should be coming in soon, I hope, for the interior lighting. I'll kind of delve in a picture right here of what they're going to look like. It's just some nightlight ones, trying to keep everything on the budget side. And then I'm going to wind up putting like a USB charger and everything in here as well. So the inside of the trailer looks really nice. I wound up putting some recovery gear in here as well. But then Courtney today went through and stickered this drawer, and then actually Mod Podged both this one and the drawers in the Jeep. So I think that turned out really good. But yeah, so I'm happy with this build so far. Obviously got a few little things to kind of wrap up. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out Off-Trail Destinations on Instagram. Hopefully we'll be able to take this thing on some trips soon.